Hello viewers, this is your Michael from Screen Review, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called the Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, get you to understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breathe too hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language if you're under 18. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that is, you get to watch an audio podcast recording. Now, with this and everything else out the way, let's let's pick up. Let's start off. Let's get into the latest episode of the latest episode of Gozyuger. Gozyuger. So anyway, so basically the episode picked up from the last level. In the previous episode, we see how fighting Gearing, his universe version of Gearing, a guitar playing version of Gearing, the red the red King Ozer. So basically, there was in the middle of a fight, and basically, it seems like there was. Basically, they was fighting over their Sentai ring. So basically, this fight was basically whoever loses this fight gets up the Sentai ring, and basically, so basically they were pretty even until we see two figures, somewhere in the distance, one with a gun shooting at them, and therefore interrupt the battle, and that's when Gearing grab his guitar and say that, we have interference. So basically, the next time we'll better next time. So basically, Gearing laughed and demorphed and basically laughed and Hal was wondering who he was wondering where did those shots came from, and who was interfering with the bearing with Gearing. Meanwhile, back at the bad guys headquarters, Fire Cannon was pissed off that Hal beat him and destroyed his Megazord and whatnot. So basically, Fire Cannon was pissed off at Hal for defeating him and destroying his Megazord and whatnot. And basically, Miss Raincoat was trying to calm him down, and that's when the boss showed up. This two-headed being named Mr. Knife and Miss Sweetcake. So Mr. Knife and Miss Sweetcake share the same body. So basically, it's kind of creepy. So basically, don't worry. Don't worry. This might, So basically, Mr. Knife and Miss Sweetcake was like, he might, this Ranger Hal might pose a problem. Don't worry. I have an idea to how to fix that problem. And basically, one of the foot soldiers, who is a big fanboy, or Mr. Candle, saying that, "Don't worry, boss. I'll get you revenge on that Golden Wolf Ranger." So basically, then we come back to basically, saying goodbye to his landlady's son, who was going to school. So basically, turns out that the landlady has a son. So basically, who's a little boy, and basically, Hal was like playing with the boy before he go to school and whatnot. So basically, Hal's landlady's son left, to go to school, and basically the landlady saying that, your rent is due soon, so basically due tomorrow and whatnot. So basically, don't forget. And basically, Hal was like, all right. So basically, don't worry, I'm going on a job interview, and trust me, I will have your rent money. So basically, so how the landlady was hassling with the money, with the money, how that your rent is due in the day, your rent is due. So basically, make sure that you have that rent money for me ASAP. So basically, how went out and went out and basically went out. So basically, he didn't went out, but the landlady's like, he did went out for a minute, and basically, and so did so did his landlady. So basically, his landlady was all of a sudden. We got sucked into this portal and got absorbed by this monster. So basically, it seems like the monster could it seems like some of the monsters in the series need to result a person to fully appear in the universes, some of them and whatnot. So anyway, this monster with the ancestral treasure is starting to steal anything that's valued as treasure and whatnot. So basically, how try to stop the monster was on his landlady, but he can't how since that his landlady was in trouble, but he arrived too late. The monster absorbed the landlady in his body, and therefore he was physically able to appear in his universe and whatnot. And basically how more stuff I started to fight the treasure monster and a bunch of the foot soldiers. And this is when we introduced to Ryoga and Rio. Rio is the blue Leo Ranger or the blue Lion Ranger, and Ryoga is the blue Tyranno Ranger or Tyrannosaurus Yellow Ranger. So basically, they started to fight off the foot soldiers and whatnot, and that's when the treasure monsters say that I challenge you rangers to for a treasure hunt. So basically, whoever finds the most powerful treasure wins the match. So basically, we Ogre, How, and we agreed to the monsters, to the monster challenge, and basically the monster left to go find the most value and go find the treasure that has the most value to it. So anyway, Ryoga and Rio introduced themselves, and basically they suggested to how to work together, and basically work together to their goal and whatnot to collect all the Sentai rings and deal with the bad guys. But how is not so basically, how is not interested working together with Ryoga and Rio, and basically he said I'm gonna do our own thing, and basically Ryoga was like are you sure about that? Cause you've been doing a thing up so far. You've been doing so far how it's been working by yourself so far, and basically how this puts me over to the side and went on to go find some treasure and whatnot. And basically, the dude summoned the Tegazord, summoned his red Tegazord, Megazord, and basically started to dig in the pot using the Megazord and moving somebody's barbecue. And basically, Yoga got pissed about this. Like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you using the Megazord in the middle of the day to dig the treasure? And basically, Hal was so strong, he was able to stop the Megazord from digging, and basically he started to throw big ass trees and boulders at how while he was inside the Tegazord Megazord, and basically and forced How to retreat. But once How retreat with the Tega Megazord, turns out that the hole that How did with the Tegazord Megazord, they found some gold coins, and basically How took those coins for himself for the treasure monster challenge. So anyway, Ryoga was trying to figure out how to find about to find some treasure that has amount of value to it. And basically, the treasure monster was in the same area as as Rio, and basically the treasure monster said that oh, just throw some gold from a gold bank, and basically Rio didn't stop the treasure monster. It's like well, basically, well, I got my valuable treasure right here in my bag. So basically, the treasure monster had this bag that he used to suck up treasure and whatnot, and basically you better find your treasure before time runs out. Basically, and that's when Rio decided to use his popularity. Rio is sort of like it's a pop sensation and whatnot. And basically, he went to this old couple to get to get a ancient base that's worth a lot of money uh, to borrow it for the challenge and whatnot. So basically, he was not going to basically he wanted to borrow the base from the old couple. So basically he lied about about his about he needs some money to fix his boat or something like that. And basically this old couple who are big fans of Will, who decided to give him their treasure base and whatnot, this big treasure base that is worth a lot of money. So basically, for Will to use for the challenge of the monster, for the treasure monster and whatnot. So anyway, once we got the base for the treasure challenge, and basically, and that's when how you know, saw his landlady kid being picked on, and basically, how stepped in, how got the landlady's kid from being picked on by the bigger older kid and whatnot. And basically, it turns out that the bigger older kid was, had the landlady's son bag that said treasure and whatnot. So basically, how stepped in, helped out, help stop the big boy and told him to get lost. And basically, the landlady's son got his treasure bag back. Turns out it was like this special rice cake, the special white cake which was in his treasure bag that his mom made him, and basically he shared half of it with Hal, and basically like Hal was like, this is your mom do make a good rice cake, and basically the boy asked that, is my mom have you seen my mom? Is she coming back? And Hal said, don't worry, she's coming back soon. So anyway, the challenge started to. So basically, the challenge started, and basically, it turns out that the treasure monster's gold was worth more than the gold coins that we ogre, found in the ground, gave to Hal, and worth more than Rio's, ancient base. And basically, he won the challenge, and that's when Hal showed up and stole the monster's treasure bag and sucked up all the bag of treasures, and that they was using for the challenge. And basically, and we always say, I have a new challenge for you. Like, if you want your treasure back, and the treasures you that you and the others collected, you have to beat me in a fight. And so basically, the treasure monster had no choice but to accept Hal's challenge. And basically how basically how and the treasure monster started to fight each other, while Rio the Blue Ranger was fighting the foot soldiers, and this giant and Ryoga was using the Tegazord, the Tegazord Yellow Megazord, to take down this other evil mecha that a foot soldier from the bad guys was piloting. So anyway, we ogre turns out that Ryoga has the Boonboomger Sentai ring, and he transformed into Boom Red to take out the foot soldiers. While I mean, Rio had the Boonboomger Sentai ring, and basically he used the power to transform into Boom Red, and basically used the firepower along with his Leo Buster, with his 50 Leo Buster weapon to take down the foot soldiers. While why Ryoga, the Yellow Ranger, was using the Tegazord and the Tegazord, Megazord, and Yellow Mode to take down the giant foot soldiers, Igba, Mecha, Megazord, and whatnot. So basically, working together, Rio took down all the foot soldiers, and Ryoga took down the foot soldier who was piloting the Megazord Mecha and whatnot. And How ended up winning his fight, with the Treasure Monster and freeing his landlady from the Treasure Monster's body and whatnot. So basically, How managed to or pierce a hole inside the monster and therefore use the hole, expand the hole to free his landlady, and therefore once the landlady was free, he was able to destroy the treasure monster, and he ended up winning the battle and the challenge, and therefore the bad guys were not happy about this, and in the background we see this big Megazord head in the background behind some door where the bad guys were. Behind the bad guys, there was this door that showed this big Megazord head, and basically, it seems like the eyes of that Megazord head start to grow after the Rangers defeated their forces and whatnot. So anyway, when Hal went back to his apartment slash cafe, turns out that it managed to redecorate the place, and it basically Ryoga is now the new manager of his landlady's cafe slash apartment building, and basically we see Rio hanging out there and whatnot, and basically the landlady was saying that, where's the rent? And basically, oh, damn, I forgot the treasure bag. So basically, and basically he asked Ryoga and Rio, where's that treasure bag? And basically, oh, about the treasure bag. So basically, we took all those items back to the rightful owners. So basically, the gold that the monster stole from the gold store, the gold that that Ryoga found in the ground, and that base that Rio got from that old couple, they took it back and whatnot. They took all those items back, and basically how was like, don't worry, was kind of screwed because he didn't have the rent money and whatnot. And basically, he said, "Don't worry, I'll get you your rent money ASP." And he went out. He went flying out the cafe looking for a job, looking for a cook job to give his landlady the rent money that he owes her. And basically, we see the different gearing, basically, so, looking at Hal and say that we'll see each other again. And he's walking away with his guitar on the back, and basically this how the episode ended on this note with the different gearing of Red King Onger walking away with his guitar on his back, and basically ensuring that 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 him that he will finish the fight between him and Hal, and basically this is how the episode ended on this note. So basically, with the different gearing, swearing that we will finish our fight soon, and basically, and we see the different gearing walking away, and basically this is how the episode ended on this note. So anyway, this is This was a good episode. So basically, we got to think about this latest episode of Gozer, the latest of Gozyuger. Good, bad, or just okay. Please let me know with the comment below. Anyway, starting off with three views. One,